Hey guys, it's Larry Greenberg, and today we're going to take a look at the AUGMENT Modular Charging Solution for the iPhone 5 and 5S. This product is currently on Kickstarter. Although it has been successfully funded, you can still cash in on some of the early bird specials for both the case and charge. Combined, when it goes full retail value, these will sell together for $65, and you'll get one case and one of the charge modules. And I'll show you how all that works in a second. So basically, each of the items, both the charge, which is the battery pack, and the case come in three colors. You have black, blue, and red. So I'll quickly unbox each of the cases. Right off the bat, as soon as I pulled these out, I could tell that they were made by someone who has a background in design. Not only is the case super cool, which we'll show in a second, but even the box, the packaging, you just recognize that it's made by someone that cares about quality and craftsmanship and design. So let me get these cases out. And of course, in the box for the case, there is nothing but the case itself. Now, there are the three colors, which I'm going to show you in a second, but you also have the charge, which they just sent along one, the blue. And in that, you're going to get the battery pack itself, along with the single flat micro USB recharging cable that you'll use to recharge this battery pack. Now, the battery pack itself, called the charge, has 1200 milliamps inside, which is enough to recharge your iPhone to about 60%. And while you might groan and be like, oh, only 1200 milliamps, I'd argue that, in fact, it's probably enough for most people to get through a single day. Most of the time when my iPhone doesn't make it through the day, it's usually dying around 3, 4, 5 o'clock. And getting back up to 60% is most likely enough to have me get through the rest of the evening, and I would guess most of you as well. So here is the battery pack. You can see it's quite small. It has a single power switch on the side with 3 LEDs that illuminate when you press it. And then the other side, the micro USB recharging port, so that you can charge up the battery inside here. You can do that via the cable, and you can connect that to a USB port on your computer or to a USB compatible wall adapter like the one that comes with the iPhone. But more on that in a second. Now, here are the cases. So right off the bat, you'll recognize it's a super unique design, very square in nature. I immediately thought of a Windows phone or a Nokia device. It just reminds me of that. And I'm a big fan of cases that alter the look and feel of the iPhone. It kind of allows me to experience a new phone without getting a new phone, and that's one of the things this case does. It's made from TPU, so it's somewhat flexible, although it has a rigid piece of polycarbonate running throughout the back, so you can't bend it in half. And that means the case will hold up over time as far as form, and then it also will hold your phone inside so it doesn't pop out. So to put the phone in, you simply start with the button or the top side first, and then kind of just press it in. It's a pretty tight fit, which is good. Your phone won't pop out. And there you go. So while we're looking at the screen, you'll notice there's a ton of lay on the table protection. This lip comes up higher than the glass screen, so that if you put your phone screen side down like that, the surface that you put it on is going to hit this lip before it hits the glass screen. On the bottom, you'll notice 3 individual cutouts there for the speaker, microphone, headset jack, and lightning port. These are heavily recessed, so likely you won't be able to dock this with any sort of dock. Also, some headphones might not make it in there, so you'll want to stick to narrower ones like the Apple EarPods. On the side here, you've got a cutout for the mute switch, as well as 2 kind of dimples for the volume up and down, and those are embossed. You can see the plus and minus there. And on the top, the power button or the sleep awake button is the same thing. It's dimpled and embossed with a little power icon. Across the back, you have a logo in the lower portion of the case, and then a peak of that glossy plastic on the back with cutouts for the camera and the flash. Now, these are perfectly sized, as is the one for the secondary mic, so there's no issues at all using that. Now, the great thing about this is obviously the ability to use the charge module alongside it. So to do that, all you do is take it and plug it right in. It makes an almost satisfying click when you engage it. It's quite tight. It's not going to fall off until you want to take it off, and it pops right out when you do. But you can certainly use your phone with the battery pack on. It does obviously make it quite long. It's not going to be all that pocketable, I don't think, in this type of setup, but would be great inside a gear bag or anything like that. So obviously when it comes time to charge up your phone, you simply press the button to turn it on, and this phone will begin charging. It's completely dead, but you can see it is now charging up via the battery that's inside here. And as I mentioned, this 1200 milliamp battery pack, it's now booting up, will give you about 60% from a full dead phone, which is what I was able to do. So again, you're free to use this with the phone together or take it apart. You'll notice that when it's on, there are these perforations that allow the sound of your phone to come through, so that if you are using the phone with the battery on, you'll still be able to talk and hear the speaker through these perforations. So I'll just disengage that real quick. So as I mentioned, the case and the battery pack come in these 3 different colors, so you're free to mix and match them as you wish. If you like the look of the black case with the blue battery pack, you can do that, and you can order all these up individually and mix and match them at will. So the Rubix AUGMENT modular charging system, as I mentioned, is available right now as a Kickstarter project, although like I said, it's already been funded, so there is still time, however, to cash in on some of the lower priced backer specials they have over there. You'll save like 20 or 25% on each item if you go over there and purchase them now. Definitely one of the better charging solutions I've come across, and I'm a big fan of the look and the design. So that's been my brief look at the Rubix AUGMENT modular charging system for the iPhone. Again, hit the link in the video description if you'd like to learn more about this. I'll also have a link down there to my full review of this over on runaroundtech.com. As always, if you have any questions about this or anything else, be sure to drop me a line down below. Otherwise, have a great day.